Well, it's time for the third map, and it is Aftershock and VERTEX that are going head-to-head here. Pilski, of course, it is the lower bracket. Things have been pretty interesting, actually, in this series. Obviously, Aftershock, they looked really good on Dust 2, but then make the argument, I think that VERTEX looked really good on Vertigo, and now we're here on Inferno, which I feel like is anyone's game.
I'd agree with that. Aftershock have definitely posted some decent results on this map before, but VERTEX had a great game yesterday on this map against Encore. Obviously, winner of this game goes into the grand final to play Encore for a spot at ESL Challenger here in Melbourne. Would definitely want to be one of the Australian teams on home soil. Been a while since we've had somewhat of a domestic LAN, and I know all 10 of the players in this server would love to go play at that LAN. Some of them might even rock up even if they don't qual.
I would suspect quite a few will do that. But obviously the biggest thing that they'd be looking forward to is playing on a stage like DreamHack. So if they can make it there, they're going to do it. Vexite, definitely one that would really love an opportunity like that. And he's started off the pistol round well for VERTEX. Valiance is there to back him up as well. The two former Order players, new members of this VERTEX squad, really putting their name up in lights to start off this third and final map of the series.
Hugh 1v3, nothing but a flash to work with. Bombs drop pretty deep in dig. Easy up close. Not backed up by anyone. Giving away an additional pick. Probably not ideal. Walter's armorless. Brace's armorless. Definitely not undoable for you to put this one together. But with 20 seconds, he's really run down the timer.
Pick that bomb up, but he's pretty much going to have to win this by deleting his opponents rather than planting the bomb. I think it's a bit too late for that. Did spot out Brace, but couldn't really land any shots, so it is what it is. Aftershock will drop the pistol. VERTEX walking away with a 1-0 lead to keep that momentum flowing from map number 2. Obviously, a bit of a break, so, you know, maybe some of that has slowed down a little bit, but nice to pick it back up here to start off the third.
Got a lot of MP9 lovers on the VERTEX side here. Valiant's the only one who doesn't partake in the MP9 gameplay. Forcefire going to come out here for Aftershock, despite the fact that they didn't get the plant down. All digs across the board, handful of util, and a Hero Galil on Q. A little bit harder to run your map control protocols when you don't have the Molotovs on this T side, so they're going to have to get shooting with these Deagles. HE nade in towards Logs, clears out Valhalla, Malta clears that player up at Olaf. There's a two-man advantage there for VERTEX as they use that utility to secure Nana control and a two-man advantage.
Yeah, that is very much what you'd want to see from VERTEX in a round like this. Great start to it. Good damage done. Easy, you'll get a bit of extra cash in the back pocket as well. MP9's farming up a storm at the moment. Full map control for VERTEX as well, although they're not super interested in mid, but Aftershock cannot even walk their way up T-stairs without getting deleted.
Yeah, very clean from VERTEX, commanding round. Addict looking to chip away a couple of kills at the end. Half of VERTEX B-hopping at him backwards. PC's going to clean him up. Now a handful of MP9s. Anti-Eco could even get some more cash going for VERTEX after a flawless anti-force. They even upgrade into that Galil on Vexite from the MP9. This is starting great for them, but what have we said about VERTEX and clean starts?
Have to wait and see what we get from this round. We have the grenade stack, which hey, apparently 1 or 2 grenades from VERTEX is better than the 5 that Aftershock threw in. That was very crisp.
Yeah. Clean up from Vexite. Malta chips in 2 MP9 kills and keeps that Galil going as well. So that is the cleanest start to CT side that you could possibly hope for. Now Aftershock have a good buy-in towards round number 4. This is where they need to kind of wean themselves into the half. Definitely one of the maps, though, Inferno, against the CT side that SMGs can still have a lot of impact. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be able to convert this bonus round easily. Great util here, trying to shut Valhalla out from half wall. Flash is not quite good enough to set him up for an entry. That's going to be a man advantage already for Vertex. Playing with confidence. Malta just pushes straight up through half wall. There's still 2 CTs here. Vexai keeps swinging, but Hugh is swinging back.
Hugh's done a number on the B defense there. Race is hiding inside of this smoke, waiting for it to fade, but a duel against Ricky, I'm not sure that's going to work out when it's an MP9 against an AK. It looked like such a good start for Vertex, and it seemed that Malta was in a really nice spot. If he would have, I think, just sat behind that smoke and chilled out, maybe would have caught Aftershock walking through it. It certainly looked like they wanted to go through it.
Yeah, I think they kind of are incentivized to face there because they've got worse weapons.
Yeah.
They really want to force fights with the MP9s, with the Galils. Now it's kind of a sunken cost fallacy because they're 2v4. They're trying to press in towards Banana. Wide swing from Galils is massive, and 3k from him. Now Addict 1v2. He's lost bomb control. How has this gone? Absolute nightmare mode for Aftershock.
Yeah, Valiance has cleared out the sandbags as well. He knows that they still have the bomb, and Addict has to wait for that molly to dissipate before he can do anything. He's made a lot of noise, and he's going to make a lot of noise. He's trying to fake them out. They're going back toward B. They've got no idea. Valiance thinks better of it and stays. And that could really bait. Addict, it does almost gets the flick, and that could have been interesting if he hit the head. But ultimately, it's Vertex to pull off a bit of a miraculous victory thanks to Valiance.
He's had a couple of big multi-frags in this competition. Couple today as well, honestly. Like, Dust 2 was very cleanly going the way of Aftershock, but I felt like Valiance was the one player on Vertex that was chipping in, like, multi-frags, looking like he was trying to fight for the map. He's already had a couple of nice ones in this game. Pistol to kick things off, and then, I mean, that regressed in the 2-on-4. You are absolutely kicking yourself as Aftershock. That's a round you should be closing every day of the week.
Yep.
And the reaggression in towards Banana catches them with their pants down. That's going to be a tough one to swallow for Aftershock. Going to have to make sure they're not getting too emo. Those are the kind of rounds that, you know, you could feel like you let go by the wayside a little bit. Kind of affect your confidence, affect your morale.
Well, just back to the pistol and armor this time. They do have at least a little bit of util to play with here after Shock. But PZ's position could be a very difficult one to deal with. He's wrapped around behind. He's hearing those shots from Ricky, and this is going to be a big flank for Vertex.
I mean, not even necessarily needed, to be honest. He's just looking to farm some cash, if anything, but, you know, against the half bite. This is kind of like a statement push, if anything. Like, Vertex is playing with confidence. The AX deck is still going to come in, though, so PZ might have a tougher time getting that flank to have any impact, because, at least for right now, Vertex are clean that one up. Great flash, though. Sets up Hugh for that entry onto the site, and at least for now, they've got site control and an ability to get the bomb down.
Well, how long is that going to last for? Bit of util starts to get tossed in by Vertex. Molly onto the site. Burning Addict alive. He survives on 21 HP. This is a critical duel for PZ, and he just wide swings the corner. Ricky doesn't have time to even click his mouse button before he's dead. That's gone about as well as you can hope for Vertex. Maybe they would have liked to deny the bomb plant, but when all said and done, 4 guns alive, you'll take it.
I mean, they only lost the MP9 again. They pretty much min-maxed the economy perfectly. Their CC side cash is completely out of control. Aftershock now 0-5 early on here after losing a round. They had absolutely no business losing in round number 4. Can I count? I hope I can. But at least bomb plant plus the loss bonus going to give them a very nice looking buy. They're going to put that AWP on the T side on the board. Fair bit of util. PZ's grabbed his AWP as well. So we'll see if the AWPs play a little bit of a factor, but this is where Aftershock, they've got a lot of work to do, Jordan. They've got to win so many gun rounds back-to-back to start pressuring this CT side cash.
Not the start they were looking for, that's for sure, but again, they did win from a similar position on Dust 2, and they did it quite cleanly. PZ, unable to find too much success with the Deagle. Just the one, but Brace is, of course, there to find that trade, and of course, that means numbers are still there for the CT side. Malta has pushed his way all the way to the bottom of Nana. Into
Yeah,
T-stairs.
VERTEX are not respecting Aftershock at all. They're constantly flanking, constantly pushing. Hugh boost in dig. Ricky looking for a pick on jungle side. Hugh up on top of that little railing. Seeing if he can catch a player peeking from sight or pit.
Vex type. Easy as you like onto Ricky. Might get another one though. Not quite going to go his way. Hugh's in an interesting position. But they haven't cleared out the site just yet, so Brace will find it quite easy to get the trade onto Hugh and then swing. He knew where Addict was coming from. Turns around and deals with him pretty accordingly. 6-0 for VERTEX. Off to a banger of a start in this final map.
Back timeout for Aftershock. They're letting this one go by the wayside. VERTEX playing with the fire. Making sure that they're coming into this map swinging. All of the boys performing across the board, just getting multi-frags on multi-frags from every single player in every single position. Really nice timing pushes, finding a whole lot of info, a whole lot of map control, whether it's down the bottom of apps or all the way through Nana. Like the approach from Aftershock, they had a very, very quick bracket take into jungle pressure, but you could see PC was very well prepared for it. It feels like VERTEX have done their homework. They understand how Aftershock wants to be playing on this T side. Again, buyout from Aftershock. Hugh goes head armorless to be able to give an AWP to Ricky. In fact, 3 of these Ts don't have head armor, so the potential for gooshes with these A1s and A4 is definitely there. Util is not great on the T side either. It's going to be a little bit harder for Aftershock to run those map control protocols. These are the kind of rounds where I'd see most teams go without an AWP. So for Ricky to really justify this AWP purchase, he's going to have to do something with it because it is really kind of forced Aftershock to take this round without a whole lot of util. They're only down to 6 grenades at 1 minute 20. So it's going to have to be a pretty simple approach.
Three players over toward the B site. Got the numbers advantage there, but as you say, not really much to get them into this site. It's just going to have to be contact plays more than anything else. And maybe a flash or two from Addict. He, of course, though, is over toward A. Going to prompt the rotation back.
All their util is at A. They had not a single grenade in Nana to even like pressure that they were executing B. They didn't have a smoke for CT. Just when you're going to be a group up on towards the A side of the map and probably going to have to be a jungle route because we've all seen how it works out most of the time when you try to force dig without a whole lot of util. These have got to be some hell good flashes from Addict out carpets.
This is a great spot to multi-frag, and Valiance is there to help out as well. 20 seconds. Aftershock's going to have to make this one clean, and they haven't. Time's going to get the better of them if they don't pick up the pace. They are at least able to trade down on the site, but now Brace is causing a bit of an issue. I think this actually swings now back in the favor of Aftershock, though.
Yeah.
Looking at what VERTEX has to retake with.
Usually you don't see those dig contacts work at all, but they've actually been able to get in there and get the trades. Now Ricky's in pit with that AWP. A lot of angles for him to work with. Very late flank from Malta in through Carps there. He's quite a whiles away.
Oh, Brace has somehow found that angle, though, onto Ricky. He could barely spot him. Now they know Addict is in pit as well. They're starting to get a good idea. You'd have to assume there's still one on the site, and Brace is ready for that. So now it just comes down to Addict. Of course, with so many players looking at him, there's nothing to be done. It's a round for VERTEX by the thinnest of margins. But somehow they make a retake work there, Pilski.
Yeah, I mean,
3 on 3, no util.
They didn't even lose a player. Looked very clean for them.
Mm-hmm.
Aftershock now kind of staring down the barrel of another buy with low util. Having a tough time kind of trading util with the CT side team. It's a big thing on this map, you know. If you're playing low util on T side, it can be a little bit harder. It feels like the CTs can kind of push and pull you around the map. They can throw those retake sets of util on towards Nana side. They can time you out of rounds. They can kind of bully you out of certain map control protocols if you don't have the util to be able to trade it back and, you know, retake flashes, having them all the Molotovs across the board. Like, they've only got one molly. Very, very quick play towards the A side of the map this time from Aftershock. Walking up middle. Going to go very fast in towards bracket side. Straight up dig as well.
Oh, Valiance. He's not really missing a beat on this map, is he? 10 and 4. And softens up the target for Brace as well to net himself another assist. Backside's all over this push into Arch as well. He has spotted Addict out. It's just playing with him. He's got to start shooting
I'm
back.
not going to lie. Malta's got in there. Helped him out. It was all a ploy. And Ricky goes down in carpets. 8-0 for Vertex. And, like, I don't know, man. I'm not vibing with this T side from Aftershock. Like, it feels like you never see teams force up dig for a reason. Like, it just never seems to work very well. Like, I'm surprised they made it work contact in the last 20 seconds that round before. But that round, you know, they just went carps to bracket side and then tried to force dig into the A side. Got absolutely annihilated. Like, you know, there's a reason why the T side meta has evolved this way on Inferno, that you see the, you know, map control protocols, you see teams fight for banana, then go back towards bracket side, and most of the time when they go A, you don't see teams force dig. They wrap jungle and they pressure the site from carps and jungle side.
Something's going to have to change for Aftershock. Going to have to happen pretty quickly. This is getting a little bit out of hand now. It's a little bit better. That is a little bit better. Nikes, Hugh, Addict all grabbing a killer piece, and perhaps just a little bit of lapse in concentration for Vertex is going to cost them.
I feel like they all were trying to play with confidence, trying to peak. And they got a little, I mean, I wouldn't say overconfident. You know, you're trying to take those high percentage fights with the rifles, and they even set themselves up with flashes to boot. But when Nikes annihilates you from second mid with a Galil and then Humongous full blind, just, oh, sorry, I think it was Addict actually. Full blind, one digs the guy in window room, then you're straight up not having a good time. And Aftershock hitting some very nice shots that round. Not sure that fills me with confidence that they are going to change their approach and find more success on this T side, but at least this time, Jordan, they have the util to do it. Much better buy, full util across the board. They've got that AWP, so if there ever was a time for them to return to a bit more normal of a game plan and try to fight for map control, actually pressure Nana a little bit more, this will be the round for it. And going for that logs boost. That's going to be an opening pick. Malta goes down early.
Yeah, certainly wasn't too sure what to expect from Banana there, Malta. It's got the better of him. Backside trying to play a little bit aggressive in sandbags, but luckily and wisely backs away. He's going to call for the rotation across from Brace as well.
What the late round's going to look like for Aftershock. They are pretty convinced there's going to be some kind of re-aggression from Vertex. He's walking on in here with the AWP. Feels like Ricky's got a pretty good read on it, but the crosshair placement isn't perfect here. Off angle from PZ, and that's the perfect timing. PZ, as soon as Ricky drops that line, goes in there, finds the pick, but Ricky punishing the over peak from PZ. Still a man advantage for Aftershock. They've still got Addict over here towards Boiler's side to give themselves a bit of a contingency. Backside now trying to force a fight in towards Nana. Yeah, does get punished for it. Aftershock dealing with all the aggression.
Wasn't quite able to get his gun out in time, was he? It looked like one of those situations where you see that molly go down, the T isolated from his teammate, and Banana takes the fight, loses it, and all of a sudden the score is equalized. But didn't happen that way. Now it's on Valiance, who does remain unchecked in pit, has a chance to double down here and will not squander that one. In fact, he goes, oh, I wanted to say one better, didn't actually land that final shot onto Valhalla, and inevitably gets his head banged off through the wall. What a different round this could have been had Valhalla copped a stray bullet. He's on 13 HP, but now a 1-on-2 for Brace to negotiate. Has no idea where Ricky's peeking from, and that is the end of the round. Aftershock walks away with their second.
Yeah, looking much better. Doing a good job of fighting for Nana control, finding that opening pick onto Malta, and then just pumping the brakes, waiting for VERTEX to re-aggress in that 4v5. And even though they still got caught by the timing for PZ to slide in on that main line, Ricky, make sure he posts on the corner for the repeat. Making sure to punish VERTEX when they regress in the mid-round. And now they've given themselves an in into this half. This could be the round where they finally reset the economy off that CT side and start to pick themselves up more rounds. Off straight on top of Valhalla. Great flash to set him up. Malta under pressure yet again. And that's going to be the second time Malta gets entry'd up Banana. But at least Vexite there to trade this time.
He's stuck in Banana, though. A lot of players working their way across to B for VERTEX at the moment. Have to start to scurry back over to A because there is a bit of pressure being put on that side of the map by Aftershock. Molly and Smoke in on either side of Bracket. A flash in to send Nikez to get some info. Doesn't see much. And Aftershock just pumped the brakes again.
Yeah. I mean, they were running that default the whole time. This is a really well-timed pushing carpets from Valiance, though. He's going to clear out mid and give so much info to VERTEX, who, if they drop the smoke on the right timing, that is a perfectly timed main smoke from PZ. That is going to buy just enough time for this two-man rotation to come in from CT. So Aftershock, much harder sight to hit from them this time.
Hughes leading the charge. Nikez there to help him out. The dynamic duo. It will be enough to dispatch of PZ, but Brace stands tall behind the smoke. They've got to bide some time. Spots out one or two, but inevitably does get run down by Nikez. This is a real touch and go round for Aftershock. Vexite cannot make the difference, cannot deny the bomb plant. Lucky to be alive, though, considering Ricky did just miss that shot. Really working hard to keep them interested. But it's ultimately cost him his life, and Valiant's the only weapon he could find was a FAMAS. Gonna have to swap out. There's an AK at his feet. Opts to take out the pistol instead, but it would not matter what gun he's holding if Ricky hits a shot with the AWP. And Aftershock put 3 on the trot together.
Yep.
Start to make this one look a little more doable.
Yeah, they're grinding their way into it slowly but surely. 3 in a row is really what they needed after such a great start from VERTEX to actually make some impact happen. They've finally broken that CT side economy, which is a chance to actually swing for 4 and maybe more in a half where they were previously kind of getting battered and pushed around the server. So an opportunity as we do get a tech pause, I'm assuming.
Yeah, tech pause for Aftershock. Pretty high stakes at the moment, so I wouldn't want to be playing with any issues. It's fair enough. Got any fun things to put on, Pilski? Any clothing or props that you want to show the stream?
I can show you my fish.
Your fish? You've got a... I didn't know you had a fish.
Yeah, I have a fish. Here you go.
Oh. It's so blurry, no one can even see what it is. Don't worry about it. We'll go back into game.
Sorry, guys. Australian internet.
Australian internet strikes again. Perhaps that was the reason we had the tech pause to begin with.
Most likely. Wouldn't be surprised. Just going to be the save here for VERTEX. So anti-eco. Potential for Aftershock to grab themselves their 4th.
Oh, wouldn't want to be faltering in around like this. It is just the pistols out for VERTEX, but they're trying to push the issue. Vexite and Valiance very nearly combined it for more than one. You know, that could have easily been 3. Val and Ricky are still low. That Molly's gone a little too deep. If Aftershock worked their way up into Banana, they could really be finding a rude awakening.
Only a USP from PC at least. Double swing there. Oh, Niquez has made a bit of a mess of that. Lost his life. Now this could push the T's back towards the A side of the map into Brace. There's still a boiler. They seem pretty determined to still go B here, though. Util to set them up to take Banana. VERTEX try to stay ahead of the A ball. They've gone for an A stack, but unfortunately that just means they've lost B for free. Now they're going to re-aggress and go for that Nana flank, and that's probably a freebie for Ricky, but on 1 HP, they could definitely catch him.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you start to get a little bit worried here. You've got a lot of members
two
hot-footing
AKs,
it down
Jordan.
Banana. I think they're happy with the AKs. It's going to leave...
They don't know how much damage they've done.
Yeah. It's going to leave Valiance to see if he can find some exits.
Oh, they repositioned the AKs back in the CT, and they could actually kind of keep Aftershock netted in here. Don't mind that. Because Aftershock's money's not great. Like, Addict has no cash. The rest of the boys aren't too bad. He's got 1k. Like, taking these guns away in the grand scheme of this half, there's still plenty of rounds to play. Could definitely open up an opportunity for a CT side reset later on. Good shots from Brace. And Ricky goes down to the bomb. So all the guns taken away, that's going to force a reinvestment out from Aftershock, which is going to chip down the majority of that economy they built up on the T side. Nicely done from VERTEX.
VERTEX need to sort of figure out what's happening and reset themselves. Get back into the swing of things, lest they fall into the same pattern of issues we saw on Dust 2. But Aftershock put together 15 in a row. That would not be a very fun way to go out of this qualifier.
Ooh. Again, very, very quick one. Straight up bracket. We've seen this a couple of times from Aftershock. They've lost Nana control. They put a lot of utility pressure and a lot of numbers straight into bracket. All the rotations across, just Malta over here. He's got a smoke at his feet, I'm pretty sure, and he's dinked Ricky through the smoke at least. Aftershock trying to go for a retake back into Nana. They've only got 2 flashes here, Jordan, though. So they might not even have a flash left over for the exit later on. There's the flash to retake Nana. Getting a shuffle of CT rotations as Vexite goes across to B, as he's the one with still a smoke available.
Alter and Vexite once again going to have to combine over toward B here. Alter's got an incend though. If he can time that one well, Aftershock will be in a real spot of bother. He's holding it in his hand right now. Vexite playing the off angle. He's going to catch himself one, and that's really good early info for Malta as well to drop that incend and keep Aftershock at bay. Smoke hasn't properly put out the molly. They're finally going to be able to work their way in with only 16 seconds left. This just does not look like a winning round for Aftershock. VERTEX have kept them at bay with that util. Addict falls in CT spawn, and Valhalla, yes, he can get the bomb plant down, or try to. There's no shortage of util being sent in his direction, and he's taken down inevitably. So 9 is secured for VERTEX.
Yeah, that's where all those exits in the previous round comes up massive for VERTEX. Look at the money on Aftershock. 2.3 for Hugh, 3k for Nickers, 3.6 for Addict. Right on round number 14, they might have to half bite. Definitely not ideal. They're going to force. Risk it for the biscuit. Try to get themselves a gun round in the next, but if it doesn't go well for them, then their next buy is going to be pretty woeful. So kind of cooked money on VERTEX, so there's some amount of reset potential here. PZ playing up in front of the util finds the opener.
It's not really looking like it's going too well for Aftershock here. Hugh's going to try and get something done with that MAC-10, but kept at bay by the smoke. Holding their positions quite nicely, VERTEX here. Pit, Moto, Sight. And you've got those 2 players wrapping in through mid now as well. The only X factor that may give a chance in this round to Aftershock would be Hugh. He's only got a Mac 10 to work with. He doesn't have control of the bomb. It'll be hard for him to get his teammates into any solid positions. PZ and Brace both lose their life to a Mac 10. So maybe we've spoken a bit too soon. It's gone a little bit awry for VERTEX.
Definitely a questionable push. No doubt about it. Now Valiant's alone in pit, getting pressured from multiple angles. Thought he was going to get traded out by Ricky. But this is enough time for the boys to come in from bracket side. Seems like VERTEX should have this under control. Maybe not.
Such a weird round. I think VERTEX kind of had ants in their pants. They needed to move. They were pushing everywhere, all over the map.
That's
Might
what
have got
happens
the
when you
better
pick
of
up more zoomers, dude.
Yeah. Well, Addict has a pretty tough situation ahead of himself now that both these players are in pit. He's already taken down Valiance, though, and Malta. That could have been a bit touch and go for a moment. Still, he'll secure double digits for VERTEX.
Aftershock's money is so cooked. They got 2K on most of their players. Nightmare scenario. Credit to VERTEX, like you don't see a CT team setting up for exits that heavily and it pay off this huge, but it has paid off absolutely massive. I think it was like round number 12 where they like saved those 2 AKs and then they pinned them into the B site. That actually ended up paying off in spades. Forced Aftershock to go for 2 of these cooked buys now.
Last round of the half. Aftershock wouldn't really want to let this one peter out to an 11-4. They did have a good period where it looked like they might be able to come back into it, but VERTEX have knuckled down and really brought this back into a very commanding scenario.
Again, brackets control for Aftershock. Seems to be their go-to time and time again. And a whole lot of util to get this round done though, Jordan. 4 grenades across all the boys, 2 smokes, 2 flashes. Only 1 AK. Can't say I'm filled with confidence, and VERTEX is still holding on to a fair few grenades.
PZ very stoic on this angle as well. He's going to get a little bit bored maybe and starts to push his way into dig. Time is actually not too bad for him, but he only gets the 1-for-1, and Valhalla somehow managing to find an opener on B is causing a bit of a ruckus. He could get Vexite here as well. He does. Bomb's already on its way over. This is the worst possible scenario for VERTEX. Brace is going to try and run on through CT spawn, but he's not there fast enough to do much. Luckily, in the meanwhile, Valiance was able to get an exit in mid, but
Flash.
still a 2-on-3. Valhalla,
Gorgeous.
not prepared for that flash at all, and starting to see Valiance and Brace stepping up as individuals in this round. That's what needed to happen for VERTEX, and this would be a really disappointing one to lose for Aftershock. They've put in so much work, and now it's down to Ricky to clutch it out. Tap on the bomb from Brace. He spots out Ricky and gets it done. VERTEX will go up to 11. And unfortunately for Aftershock, even despite some heroics from Valhalla, it is just not quite going to be enough to get them another round. So, end of the half, 11-4. Very good looking map so far for VERTEX, and it's very likely they'll be the ones going through to the grand final. Second half time between VERTEX and Aftershock, and this is the last half of the series. Aftershock are going to need a big one if they want to go through to that grand final and face Encore. VERTEX a rematch on the cards, and they're definitely doing a good job of getting there. Vexite is a man on a mission. Double kill to start off the pistol, but it has gone a little awry since then.
Yeah, for sure. Couple of mid-round peaks from Aftershock. Hughes still fighting for his right to keep B side under control. Drops the bomb carrier. Bracer, full belt to util. Trying to drop as much of it as he can so that they can scale up onto the site. But that's a great counter flash from Hugh. Buying time for those rotations to come in from main side if they're even needed. He's just getting it all done himself, Jordan. Malta 1v3. Bombs dropped, 20 HP. Main smoke going to go out in just a second here. He's got to get the bomb. Get the bomb. All right, we're all good. Off he goes to 8. So you got any nice, like, 10-second stories for us?
Well, no.
Yeah. Great. I'm not touching this. You got to cast the round, Jordan.
Why? Because you just disparage Malta? You're a mean guy.
Yeah, I mean, he deserved it, to be fair. Could have won that. The old Malta would have won that. We were both thinking it.
Yeah, old Malta, Renegades Malta would have won that.
He's changed.
If he was versing Ty Lue, he would have won that.
That was a big game. 40 bomb, deciding map in the minor. This isn't train though. They took that out of the map pool because Malta was too good at it. VERTEX going to give this Force a crack. MP5. When was the last time you saw an MP5, Jordan?
I don't know, man. I kind of like the gun. Kind of rate it. You're not going to be able to get too much done. I mean, this is what you get when you buy an MP5. You just win rounds. Oh, never mind. Ricky somehow has killed 2 through the smoke.
Ricky's cheating.
I don't really know
Be
what's
allowed
going
to do
on.
that. Race has found enough smokes to just smoke off every angle in the site. Nice chip damage through the smoke. Valiance and Brace trying to make it happen. No kits for the CTs, but they're not going to need one if Ricky just keeps shooting the entire team through the smoke.
Well, Valiance, unfortunately, is not going to be able to put it together. So, a pretty decent round in the end there for Aftershock. It looked like it would start quite poorly. But they got it done.
I mean, they lost. They went, what, 1 for 2? And then in the 3v4, Ricky shoots 3 people through smoke. Seems good. VERTEX lose pistol. Force doesn't go their way. Now they're going to try and nade stack somewhere. Who's going to get airstriked? Like it's going to be Humongous. Never mind. He's great. He's all the way back in CT. And that's the bomb. Not ideal.
Yeah, Nikes, nice double. But he's going to lose his life. Not going to be a retrievable gun for VERTEX, though.
Gonna get one of the boys down there. Retrieve that. Addict's down there with the Galil. Gonna upgrade it for the A1S. Beautiful. Aftershock's back, man. That first half wasn't great on the T side, but let's be real, CT side, these guys are pretty cracked. They've got good money. They've started off the half well. I gotta say, from looking at that first half, I was thinking it's got to be VERTEX's all day, but I'm reminding myself VERTEX's issues sometimes on the T side. This was kind of the one round in this competition, though, where VERTEX actually had a pretty good T side against Encore, though. So I'm hoping that will continue on Inferno, and they don't just lose 2 players to utility 5 seconds into the round.
Yeah, Hugh is going to be able to progress his way down Banana, fully clear that one out as well. And they might be in a position to just leave one player to defend Banana now.
Yeah,
Valhalla,
full set of
put on the
util
half
on
wall.
Valhalla. He's going to be max chilling. He's just playing anti-flash off a few here, though. VERTEX holding a lot of their util. Probably going to go for a brackets take now. Oh, actually, this might be a jungle play towards jungle here. Bit of an AXE. Bomb's still hanging around at T-stairs, though. So I'm assuming that this is going to be maybe a wrap. Yeah, wrap through spawn. B-split.
Sort of seems like Aftershock has a pretty good read on that, though. Nikez as well primed to defend against it. And Hugh already at the bottom of Nana. Able to get one. Valhalla another. That's what that setup is designed to do. And Nikez cleans up the one member that's trying to make their way through CT. So, VERTEX stumbling a little bit on their T side.
Both pretty low as well. This should be easy mop up for the A1Ss. Because, oh, I'm surprised he doesn't hold that flash to send over the top of new box when the site push comes in. But actually, flash good enough to stop VERTEX from even attempting this round. They're going to save onto the AWP and the AK, which is actually going to put their money in a weird position. And that's going to be 4 players surviving for Aftershock. They've won the last 4 in a row, and they've really built up their CT side economy here, Jordan. As Jim Nesso once said, we have a game on our hands. Or a series on our hands. I've even got a sticky note. I can even do the bit.
No. If I swap to your camera, it's going to be blurry. No one's going to be able to read it.
No one's going to be able to read the sticky note. It's all on you, bro.
Just bedroom cast things.
Not ideal. Neither is this buy from VERTEX, though. They had to force off the back of those 2 guns saved over. Down to literally a mixed bag of lollies. Everyone's got a different weapon for VERTEX. Got a lot of control on Nana. PZ just trying to walk his way into B and find the opener.
Interesting approach. Might just work, though we do have an extra player starting to work their way back. That's Ricky, moving his way up Speedway. Hughes boosted up at the back of site as well. PC's going to spot him out, does a little bit of damage, and Vexite is good enough to handle Ricky, who was playing off that contact. That has gone about as well as can be hoped for VERTEX. They still have to dislodge Hugh, but he's only on 11 HP. I think it'll be Valhalla that's going to be the big key difference maker here. If he can find the timing nicely, and they don't expect a second player on the B site, that's the way the difference can be made. The nade is going to be enough, but PZ somehow killed Valiance. And they still haven't found Valhalla just yet. Brace, with the MAC-10, is going to find the info, but it's also going to find his death. It is a 2-on-2 now. Inside of the smoke. Addict can make a big difference and does as it fades. That's a huge round for Aftershock, and it was a bit touch and go for a moment, but they've got it over the line.
Yeah, full loss bonus now for VERTEX, but with no bomb plant. They've got 2 players down at 3.4. Don't know if they're going to want to be forcing because, well, I mean, coming from the guy that literally spent the entire first half whinging about how Aftershock didn't have util on Inferno T side, I would very much not like to see VERTEX have no util Inferno T side, so they will half buy. They're going to be sensible. There's no real reset potential because Aftershock's done a good job building up their money anyway. So VERTEX going to invest a lot of util in this round. Going to go for some kind of a set play and see if they can give themselves an outside shot at getting into an after plan and maybe picking up a couple of guns. If they could just make this round expensive for the CTs, it's going to be worth its weight in gold. Here comes this AXE. Great up dig.
Nikez ready to receive. Not able to do a huge amount of damage, to be honest, with that spray, but keeping VERTEX at bay, they'll start to alter their positioning and maybe go for a carpet's bust. A couple of them ready to go. But it looks like a pretty good setup from Aftershock to deal with it. Maybe I've spoken a bit too soon. They're all stacked up on top of one another, and that initial opener from Vexite made such a huge difference. Made it much easier to get the next couple, and this is the straw that breaks the camel's back for Aftershock. Unfortunately, you know, they were putting together a bunch of really good rounds, but just a bit of explosive brilliance from VEXite. And VERTEX out on the site, they're going to get their 12th.
That's going to be such a big economy swing as well, Jordan. They didn't invest that much in this round. They've got about 2k across the board, but they pick up 4 guns, 3 rifles, and an AWP that they never had to buy when they've already got 2k. That's going to give them cash for the foreseeable future. And even though Aftershock has probably got enough economy to buy into the next one, especially if Valhalla saves over this weapon, he can drop at least 1 gun, maybe even drop an AWP. That is a big, big round for VERTEX to win. They go up 12-9, they pick up a handful of guns, and they put this CT side economy in the bin. Hack timeout for VERTEX. They recognize how good of a position they are in now. And this is a very important round, because this is the round where they can break that CT money before the loss bonus really stacks up. Not only that, but they'll be 4 rounds ahead. That's a very, very good position to close the game from.
Let's just hold our horses and wait and see. Would still go either way. Warp out on both sides. Ricky was phenomenal in the first map. PZ very good yesterday. But when it's come to this third map, I think it's really come down to the riflers a little more so than the AWPers. Again, VEXite and Valiant seem to be putting in the hard yards for VERTEX, so good additions.
Both teams taking their time in the early round, recognizing the importance of this round. VERTEX trying to go for this banana control, but held back by the utility for a little longer. Aftershock relying on this sandbag position. They're trying to fight over towards half wall, but now starting to vacate that part of the map. They do have a dig set up here. All 3 players over there, so when that brackets control comes in, we'll see if they can multi-frag and find themselves in a bit of a better spot here.
Bit of spam through from Malta. Not going to be successful in finding the pick. VERTEX will start to encroach their way into bracket, but they are being met by Ricky's AWP. Did VEXite just throw a smoke on the ground?
Yeah, I think drop something.
I don't know why, but I thought he was a CT. It actually genuinely confused me so much. I was like, why is he dropping a smoke and then backing off? Never mind. Don't worry about it. Hugh's inside of the smoke. Valhalla also at the back of sight. So this could still go well for Aftershock. If the timings are found, good trade from VEXite. Stops it from getting out of hand. 3 on 3. But low HP for a couple of those Ts. Luckily for them, Aftershock has no grenades, and VEXite has been able to tuck himself into the cutout, waiting for Ricky to make a mistake.
Yeah, Ricky's got an AWP here as well. Towards Coffin's side.
VEXite spotted his back, but didn't fire. Nick's making some noise. This has gotten a bit too far away from Aftershock now. VEXite with 1 quick peek has made the difference. And Ricky's now stuck. He's going to lose the AWP. And he's going to lose the round. 13 up for VERTEX. 1 step closer.
That might not just be the round, Jordan. That might be the series right there. Those last 2 rounds, the half-buy win into 4 guns recovered, and then they win the subsequent gun round and break Aftershock's economy when they only had 2k loss bonus. That is just massive from VERTEX. They are like leaps and bounds ahead at this point.
Yeah.
Back timeout again, recognizing that they just need a clean anti-eco here, and they have got so many gun rounds and so many rounds ahead of the CT side to close this game. Like, this is probably like an 80-20 game now, I would say.
Unfortunate for Aftershock, because they've put in a lot of good work up to this point. And they've definitely come back and played better today. That was what we were promised, and they did deliver on that, but maybe their better is not enough.
Yeah, I would say as well, like some of the other maps that I've seen from VERTEX on the T side might not have been backing them as much to claw back the series, but they're, like I said, their T side against Encore on this map the other day was quite good. So feeling a little bit more confident in their ability to close. Aftershock. And a nade stack down middle. Doing a little bit of damage to a couple of the members, but seems like VERTEX have got this under control.
Yeah, well and truly. It's in fact looking quite easy.
Let's see though, this is a very difficult position for Aftershock. They're going to be down 14-9 and staring at a VERTEX with tons and tons of money. Like probably the ability to buy out the half and just go gun round on gun round on gun round on gun round the rest of this game. So this is going to require Aftershock to not only win CT gun rounds going forward, but win them cleanly. They can't afford to be scraping through these rounds. They need to just, especially these first couple of gun rounds, probably win them with like 3 or 4 players surviving every single time. Or this is just going to be a struggle and probably kind of an untenable position for them.
It's not over yet, Pilsy. Maybe there's still a world where Aftershock can dig deep and make this one happen, but it's going to have to come through this round. They can get a buy, at least. It's not going to be a fantastic one. AWP is going to be difficult to afford.
4.1, 4.2. They've got no utility, dude. This buy sucks.
Well, they're going to have to make do.
They've got no Molotovs on CT side Inferno. Like, this kind of pigeonholes you into a bit more of an aggressive style. Like, you've probably got to go for, like, a early fights or, like, a flash timing somewhere.
I wonder if VERTEX is going to be on the ball enough to be aware and ready for that.
Yeah, you can even see it at top mid here. Like, they've got a flash set up on jungle's side. They're probably going to go for a mid-round flash play here on Nala, I would imagine. They just don't have the utility for the late round. Off angle is actually pretty good. That's kind of what Aftershock needed. Man advantage going to kind of shore up the fact that they don't have great util.
Yeah, Brace is going to peg it back pretty quick. Smart, though. Gets his smoke down. Starts to maybe send a bit of a message to Aftershock that this could be headed toward B. They'd be wondering if this is a fake as well. Brace, that is some brilliance. Great crosshair placement and just dispatches of Hugh.
Looking like the beginning of the end, Jordan. One goes down a beat. Malta's... You know where Malta is. If you've ever watched Oceanic Counter-Strike, you know where Malta is right now.
I'm probably not going to get a whole lot of work done over there, to be honest. It's a good thing he's making his way back into Banana.
This is so sad. Trying to smoke themselves off and get out of dodge and save these 2 A1Ss. VERTEX, probably a pretty good incentive to hunt here. But they're not going to. Going to keep their economy nice and strong. 4 players surviving. They know they've got 6 map and series points to close here. Want to make sure that every single one of those is a gun round.
Yeah, I just think it's a bit too far gone for Aftershock. Momentum's died down a little bit too much. And VERTEX are expected to go through to that grand final now. So it's going to take something pretty special from Aftershock to make a difference here. Nice for VERTEX to get it wrapped up as quickly as possible so that they can kind of maximize their break. About an hour and a half before we get underway with that grand final.
It should be a pretty good one as well. Thought it was a best of 5 yesterday, but it is a best of 3.
Yep.
And assuming it is VERTEX and Encore went right down to the wire yesterday in a BO3.
Yeah, 16-14 in the final map.
Both of them would be, I would say, probably pretty good representatives at DreamHack Melbourne.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd be happy to see either one of them go through. So
yeah, it'd be almost nice to see both, but we're not going to be that lucky. One or the other coming through from this qualifier, and then an invite slot for ANZ, but I think we can probably guess which way that's going to be headed. Excite eats a couple of nades. Down to 50 HP. Still looking to be as proactive as he was in the last round, though.
Applies a little bit of util pressure and draws a whole lot of util back from the CT side. It's a good trade-off. Ricky aggressive in Boiler probably has to get a pick here, or this round is going to start to get tricky. Vertex going to go for an A exec, maybe a bit of a carpets pop on a gun round, not something you see too often.
Addict copying a little bit of damage as well. Should give away his position. He's dealt with by Brace, and now Ricky versus Vexite is the fight that maybe doesn't matter hugely. Ricky's going to need more than what he's been able to get. Vertex have 3 players stuck in pit, but eventually starting to get their way onto the bomb site. PZ does drop in the meanwhile. And Hugh is hiding in the smoke. If there's a mistake made here by Vertex, there are positions that can capitalize on it by Aftershock.
They're coming in through dig side. Molly to pit, probably.
There's still a bit of counter util available here for Vertex to work with, but smokes are going down, causing some problems for both the sides. Valhalla and Hugh. Hugh getting spotted out, and Malta cleans it up for Vertex. So it did feel a bit like an inevitability, didn't it? That is going to be that for our first series of the day. It's Vertex that'll go through to the grand final. 16-9 in that final map over Aftershock. Got to give some credit, though, to Aftershock. They did come back, and they played a lot better today, but unfortunately, they're better, I guess, again, it's just not quite good enough to take down Vertex.
Yeah, I would say, a bit of a metaphor for that game. My camera is Aftershock.